Welcome back from lunch. I hope you've all had time to, those of you who are here in Longreach, to have a bit of a mingle and grab a bite to eat. And if you're at home, I hope last night's leftovers were just even more delicious, probably. We're going to start in stream 1 first this afternoon, and this gentleman sitting beside me is our guest speaker. He's a proud Mythica man. His name is Scott Gorringe. Josh. He's from family. You know, lots of members of his family, especially from the smaller Western Queensland community. Josh, thanks for coming in. It's great to have you here.
That's fine.
Josh's people come from the heart of the Channel Country in southwest Queensland. In 2015, Mythica people were granted determination over 33,000 square kilometres of traditional lands, as well as a custodianship to a further 22,000 square kilometres of land to the east. The Mythica country encompasses the 3 major river systems that feed Lake Eyre, and of course we know them well in this region: the Cooper Creek, the Diamantina River, Eyre Creek or Georgina River. Over to Josh now. He's going to be talking for the rest of his about reconnecting with country through traditional knowledge and science. So,
yes, that's correct.
Josh,
thank you.
Take it away.
As introduced, I'm Josh Gorringe. I'm a Mythica person. Also, I'm the General Manager of Mythica Aboriginal Corporation. Firstly, I would like to acknowledge all the traditional owners of the land and their elders past, present and emerging. I would also like to acknowledge Mythica people and elders past, present and emerging. Today, I will be talking about some exciting work that Mythica, UQ, Sydney Uni and Griffith and just recently Armidale unis have been doing over the past 6 years on Mythica country. This is Mythica country. It consists of 33,000 square kilometres of determined country, and as previously stated, we've also got custodianship of a further 22,000 square kilometres to the east of our determined area back towards Windora. The country consists of mainly rolling gibber plains, sandhill country and a lot of flood-out channels. The Channel Country is located in the Lake Eyre Basin, and Mythica country is in the heart of the Channel Country. Located on the eastern margins of the Simpson Desert, Mythica country comprises of the 3 main rivers, as stated before, the Diamantina, Georgina and Coopers Creek. When it does rain in our region, all the desert channels flood out into a large area, which then creates lush green waterways and lots of food for the animals. Here you can see some of the sites on Mythica country. The screenshot covers just a part. We have documented over 350 new sites in the past 6 years of determination in October 2015. The most numerous and extensive sites we have recorded are Sandstone Quarries, Silk Creek Quarries and large occupation sites. We have also entered into agreement with UQ, Griffith and Sydney unis for further understanding and ageing of some of these virtually untouched sites. With the help of the universities, we will be able to build, understand and create huge opportunities for Mythica to teach the wider community about Aboriginal ways of life hundreds, if not tens of thousands of years ago. A key part of the research universities is we developed the Mythica research, which we call Nalagunthi Wanthi, we searched together. This document outlines our research goals and objectives and defines how Mythica and the research partners work together to form a true partnership in every sense of the word. Mythica developed this framework in consultation with all the Mythica people. If anyone would like to read the document, it's on our website, mythica.org.au. The funding that helped funding in support of the Mythica research framework is the ARC linkage. We've got two caring for country grants and two land and sea grants. From these directly funded opportunities, we've been able to map a lot of cultural heritage sites, burial sites. We can further protect them through fencing off of the area. We also done some work with the Duncan Kemp family, which in 2019 we conducted a meeting with them. Alice Duncan Kemp lived on Murray Station. Alice grew up on Mythica country in the early 1900s and had a unique opportunity to learn from my ancestors. Alice learned from Mythica people. She recorded her experiences and wrote 5 books on the life and adventures with Mythica people. From these books, we have relocated a number of sites that we thought were special places of interest. In June 2019, we had the opportunity to meet with Dawn and Professor Tom Griffith and a number of other researchers. Sadly, last year, Dawn passed away. Also, one of the other sites that we have out on country that we've been doing extensive research on is a place called Black Hill. The traditional name is Nunadary, which means the teacher. The archaeological of Black Hill consists of extensive siltcrete outcrops along the top of the hill line, which is sporadically exploited, and small sandstone quarries next to which intensive quarrying and flaking areas with large siltcrete blades. The dated to be 1769 years old, plus or minus 64 years, which makes the site around the year 188 to 316 mark. This is exciting. This has been an exciting find, as previous to the site, earliest stone blade sharpened edged tools were dated around 800 years. So obviously that means from this site we have worked out that stone blades have been made for a lot longer, with approximately about another 1,000 years on top of the previously discovered sites. One of the important ways we have been documenting important places in the landscape is through aerial scanning, photographs using drones. Through our Looking After Country grants, we have employed a Team Rubicon to professionally do aerial images that provide us with a record of the site that can be used for analysing, interpreting, and for education. The aerial imagery has been really valuable at sites like Sandstone Quarries, at the side of the Sandstone Quarries just east of Murray. It is the largest known sandstone quarry in Australia, and if not the world. It consists of 25,000 individual quarry pits and artefact areas over 9 square kilometres. This is truly an unbelievable site to look at. Mythica people use these sandstone quarries to get materials for grinding stones and for their own use, as well as for trade. The trade route was from the Gulf of Carpentaria all the way down to the Northern Flinders Ranges in South Australia. Using technology has allowed us to make incredible detailed records of sites that cover very large areas. For example, the patterning of the stone quarry complexes. Geo-rectified drone scans allow us to more quickly mark records that can be used with GIS to study and show archaeologists in the future. We have been doing an in-depth study on the quarries, including mapping, artefact recording and dating program. In this slide, the preparations are being made to take OSL samples in the later evening. And the second slide shows the complete sample sequence after we've got the ages. On this particular site, we have taken only 5 samples out of a possible 25,000 pits, which isn't a big sample. The early dates of these samples are around 1,000 plus years ago. Another site, which is much smaller in area, approximately 150 kilometres away, the dates have come back from those grinding stone pits of about 2,500 years or so. With more samples in the future, we will better understand the ages of this big quarry. This is just one of many stone arrangements in our country. This site has only just been rediscovered last year. It was recorded in 1961 by the Bureau of Mineral Resources. It's in the early stages of research. So hopefully in the next sort of 12 to 18 months, we'll have some dates of how old it would be. This is just another stone arrangement site that we've discovered, and obviously we'll do more research on it as well. In this slide, it shows one of 2 gunyahs, old houses in Mythica country, and through the research, we have discovered that these 2 wooden buildings could be the oldest standing buildings in Australia, dating back between 1650 and 1670. So as you can see, through research and the knowledge of Mythica people, the forming of great partnerships, we can retell and better educate the wider public on Indigenous history, life, which in turn we can better understand and protect the fragile and ancient landscape, which is the Lake Eyre Basin, for everyone to enjoy. Mythica's aspirations after the research is to get into better land management practices and work closely with the pastoralists to better protect the landscape of what we've got out there. Obviously, the waterways is a #1 priority for us out there. Without water, it's our lifeblood. So we've recently got just been granted 4 land and sea ranges from the Land and Sea Rangers program, and that will help us then go out on country more often and document these sites and help better protect the water holes, get into reseeding of country. Obviously, after long periods of drought that we've experienced out there, a lot of the country's not bouncing back as good as it should. Large numbers of cattle out there, so we're trying to start to get a project together where we can reseed vast areas and lock them up so they can become a seed base for the rest of the parts of the Channel Country. Thank you.
Thank you, Josh. Righto. So there's the first question that's come through. Buddy. Rediscovered.
How can it be shared beyond scientific publications? Currently, we're in the process of getting the scientists to do a lot of plain language reports up for us, and as they come through from the scientists, we'll upload them onto our websites and have a link in there to go to all the scientific research we've done. Yeah, so that's basically, and we do monthly newsletters that we send out to our members, and in turn, through word and mouth, we're sort of sharing our stories through word and mouth predominantly at the moment.
Wonderful. Thank you very much, Josh, for that presentation.